Hello and welcome to my unboxing and first look at the Adeptus Sororitas Dialogus or whatever. She will set you back £22.50, which is quite expensive in my opinion. She's got a lot of detail and a lot of things going on, but is she really worth the same as a Hospitaller or even the Canon S? I mean, the Canon S is great value for money, but the whole point of this unboxing is to find out. So, with the help of Seki City Japan and VG10 blade steel, we are gonna get into her and have a little look. So, interesting model. She's a little bit like some kind of preacher. If you've seen the Blackstone Fortress box set with the Thaddeus, the Purifier, then you may have already got a taste of this kind of fanatically religious image that the ecclesiarchy have of worshipping the emperor as a god, and anyone that thinks otherwise is, you know, clearly a heretic. So this is taking it up to the next level. I don't think it carries as much presence as, say, like the Dark Apostle. I think that model does, but this is still a very good effort in my opinion, and looks lovely. You're going to have to write all of these things down though, I think, all the scrolls, and that can make or break this model, how good you are at writing, you know, really small black made up language, I guess. Anyway, she's in the box, which I was a bit unsure of why she's in a box anyway. The Hospitaller is in a box, so that's fair enough, but I think the Hospitaller's box was a bit bigger, I'm not sure. But if you want a box comparison, she's in a smaller box than the Canon S, but I think the Canon S has a number of sprues in there. But yeah, odd when she doesn't really have any different options. We'll crack her open and we'll have a look. I'm wondering about the price. She's on a bigger base, but I would have expected her to be the same price as the Imagifier. So maybe they're charging a bit more for her. Yeah, I mean, look at that, just one sprue and hardly any parts. I'm afraid I would have expected her to be same price as the Imagifier, but I guess not in this case. You've got a full booklet though. You've only got 2 pages, which is the same amount of pages as the Imagifier to build. Literally 10 parts. And then you do get the full rules though, so that's nice. Would have been nice if you got the full rules with the Imagifier, but that's the whole data sheet there, and you do get the paint guide, kind of a bit of a paint guide on the back, explaining the armour and how to paint the roses, but not really much else. So you actually get a more in-depth paint guide with the Imagifier. That tells you how to paint sort of 4 things there. Anyway, that's what this channel's about, and that's what I do. I look into the nitty-gritty and really nail Games Workshop down on the details. And that's born out of my passion of this hobby. So I think that's a 40mm base, so a Terminator base, so that is bigger than the Imagifier, and this is the sprue itself. So you do get a fair amount of detail there on the power plant, and this appendage to it, this icon that's surrounded with candles and a book. Like I say, you're going to have to write really small black writing for this model, so that's going to make or break it. You've got these long robes, and you've got the little speaker. You've got her hovering platform with the candles and a little vent, and yeah, that's a fair bit of detail in there as well. Got lots of scrolls in tubes, some nice detail there. She's holding one up as well. Again, you're going to have to write small little black writing, and then that's her shouting about. And then she's got this big rod here. What's it called? Let's just pop it and have a look. Dialogus staff, sorry, she's got the staff, and she's got this stirring rhetoric. The staff gives her +1 strength. I wish it came with a bell though, I really do, and if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, you'll know why, because she could be walking behind a Sister of Repentia shouting, shame. So that would have been awesome. Games Workshop, you've missed a trick there. You really have. You could have equipped her with a bell in her right hand instead of the staff. Maybe next time. Maybe with a preacher model you could do it. But it, you know, this she looks like a sister. She looks like, you know, sister of the faith. So well, maybe another time. But yeah. In summary, lots of detail, but you're going to be either adding to this model with 1, 2, 3 big areas to write small black writing in, or you might not do a very good job with that. But it seems like because there's so many big blank areas to do this small little made up writing, Gothic writing or whatever, it's going to force you to kind of do a good job. Because if you don't, then because there's such large areas, people are going to focus on that quite possibly, and that could affect the whole look of the model. So just bear that in mind. But overall, lovely looking model. I don't think it's worth the £22.50 at all. There's no way it's worth the same as a Hospitaller, which I think was on 2 sprues. And yeah, this is the same size sprue as the Imagifier. Look, exactly the same. But you're getting a box and a little booklet, and that's an extra £5 for some reason. It's annoying. It really is annoying, because technically you're only going to have 1 Dialogus, but technically you're only going to have 1 Imagifier, because you get a couple of Simulacrum variants in the Battle Sisters box anyway. So I think it is overpriced just from face value, and they could have put it in a clamshell pack. But what I'll do is I'll build her and review her in full and go through all of her rules and things and show you some size comparisons. So there you go, that's my first look at the Adeptus Sororitas Dialogus. What do you guys think? Please do put it in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you and your thoughts on, specifically in terms of that pricing that I just mentioned. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.